Oh, yeah.
If you're someone who doesn't like conspiracies, you don't like people making baseless conspiracy theories about many things without showing substantive proof that it actually happened, they want you to believe it based on their word of mouth alone. And BBC is among the many organizations around the world that many people have made conspiracies about them, that they promote this, that this is their agenda, and many other stories like that. This particular story they published will make you give conspiracy theorists a second thought. Yes, this is outright misinformation. There's no better word to explain why they reached this conclusion after they accepted that they compared all the certificate templates and designs that Chicago State University delivered to Atiku, but they could not find a difference between the one Tinubu submitted to INEC and all the others. Yes, there are certificate samples released by CSU, especially the one they issued in the 90s, that look like the one Tinubu submitted to INEC, but none of them matches it 100%. Look at the middle. There's no certificate they released that has this with honors in the middle. None of them at all. Even the logo, there are discrepancies in the logo. So does it mean that three of them that wrote this article didn't see that difference? That shows that it didn't come from Chicago State University. The heading on this document reads Chicago State University. So the person that has the legal authority to issue this document is Chicago State University. And they have come out during their oral deposition and said that they never issued Tinubu the certificate he submitted to INEC. They also said that they never received a request from him to be issued a replacement certificate. In fact, they went ahead and said that they didn't even issue him a certificate in 1979 when he supposedly graduated from the school. So if the person that has the legal authority to issue a document disowns the same document, what other proof do you need to know that the document was forged? Even Tinubu's handlers agree that it didn't come from the university. That's why they are now claiming it came from a third party. But that wasn't what Tinubu said at Chatham House in London. He said this:
Chicago State University, where I graduated, has attested to that. Now I can announce that I've received my original replacement degree certificate from them.
Yes, it's very important to repeat this all over again so that people will understand. He didn't say that it came from a third party. He said he received it from the university. And the university have come out to say, no, we never gave him any certificate or diploma, that they never received any request from him to be issued a replacement one. Even their former student, Croydon, who is also a journalist, attested to that CSU never issues certificates through third parties, that it is only through their website one can apply to be issued a replacement certificate. So BBC concluding that there is no evidence that the certificate was forged is after the fact, because the forgery has been established by the person who has the legal authority to issue the document. So the BBC needs to take this article down or make an addendum and apologize to the Nigerian public, because this is outright misinformation. They can't say there's no evidence of forgery when there is evidence littered everywhere. When Atiku's lawyer asked the CSU representative during the oral deposition whether he has seen the certificate Tinubu submitted to INEC before, he said, other than during the hearing at the district court in Chicago, he has never seen the certificate before in his life. That was exactly what he said, and under oath. So this is all you need to know. BBC is not CSU. They cannot speak on behalf of the producer and the person that has the legal authority to produce the said certificate. So in other words, what the writers of this article are saying is that they are openly disagreeing with Chicago State University. Despite CSU saying that they did not issue this certificate, BBC are saying no, that they must forcefully accept that they produced the certificate in question. Yes, that's basically what they are saying. All you need to know why they reached this strange conclusion is by looking at the names of the writers. Yes, that's not all. Going by their conclusion, it means that Chicago State University lied. Also, that Atiku lied when he claimed during his press conference that they found out that the certificate that Tinubu submitted to INEC was forged. Also, Peter Obi, who called out Tinubu during his press conference, telling him to come out clean and address Nigerians, to tell them his real identity.
The people deserve to know with certainty the true identity of their leader, and this overrides whatever rights he may have to personal privacy. In addition, the international community deserves to know the true identity of the person with whom they will engage on Nigeria.
Yes, it has reached that level because going by all the documents that Chicago State University delivered to Atiku, it is very evident that someone else was admitted to the university, not him. Yes, he's not an American citizen. The admission records say otherwise. The social security number was issued to a lady in Virginia. There's no evidence that he once lived there. Even if he did, the SSN still points to a lady. Also, there are discrepancies on the year of birth. What is on the records is 1954, but on his international passport, it is 1952. So, which is it? It clearly shows that they are two different persons. Also, this question came up during their oral deposition. The Chicago State University representative said that it was under assumption that they assumed that the person they admitted is the same person in Nigeria. They don't have concrete evidence to prove the identity of the person in Nigeria, that he's actually the person they admitted and purportedly graduated from the university. Yes, purported in the sense that going by the documents Chicago State University released to Atiku, the person that graduated couldn't have graduated because 10 days before the graduation date, the person was given an appraisal that he should go back and retake English 222. So if the person had a carryover 10 days before graduation, he couldn't have graduated unless Chicago State University is different, in the sense that they can graduate someone who didn't pass all his exams. Going by all the evidence, one won't be wrong to say that BBC wrote this article to launder Tinubu's image. If truly he didn't forge the certificate, let's even assume he didn't do it, why did he put in all the effort? He even appealed the decision of the lower court in order to stop the release of the documents and the oral deposition. Like the saying goes, there's no smoke without fire. It shows that he had something to hide. That was why he fought hard to make sure the documents were not released. He even accepted in court that when these documents are released, that it will cause him irreparable harm. In conclusion, by physical evidence, by oral evidence, even by circumstantial evidence, the certificate Tinubu submitted to INEC was forged. No article of BBC or any media house for that matter, or even Nigerian Supreme Court can change that fact. It is a fact, and fact is sacrosanct. All these are geared towards their claim, like the Presidential Election Petition Tribunal judges held, that the issue of certificate forgery and other related matters are all pre-election matters, despite it being a constitutional matter, which the honorable justices were supposed to determine based on their merit, not use one technicality to say it doesn't matter, it wasn't front-loaded and all that jargon. So the Supreme Court has a duty to accept the evidence released by Chicago State University, both their oral and physical evidence. They have a duty to determine the matter based on their merit. Yes, it is very clear they are preparing the ground for the Supreme Court. Just like one journalist asked Peter Obi during the press conference whether all these are not pre-election matters, he gave the example of Ben Johnson, that after winning gold, they still conducted a test and found out that he doped and went ahead and stripped him of the gold medal. They didn't say, hey, the race has passed. There's no need to go back again and revisit something that it happened after the fact. No, they still gave him the appropriate punishment. So no one should tell us that any technicality will trump a constitutional matter. There's a reason the Constitution says that anyone who forges a certificate must be disqualified from that office he's seeking or already occupying because of the flaw in Nigerian Constitution, which allows someone to be sworn in despite the election dispute still ongoing in court. So we look forward to the BBC apologizing to Nigerians and the world at large. Thanks for watching.